Keep it going for Jack.
Yeah.
Woo. How are we doing tonight?
Sit down. Sit down.
That's all we got? All right? Come on.
Yeah!
All right. I'm feeling good. It's good to be here. It's a little bit cold outside. I'm glad y'all thought of that stuff with the flames. Those things are dope. Honestly, that rocks. We were at a concert last night, and we were all wimps. We went home early because it was too cold out. If they'd had some of those, we would have stuck around. Yeah, those things rule. And yeah, so I love how many dogs there are here. That's my shit. And then I got a dog barking during that. Hell yeah. You hear me? We're on the same wavelength, you and me. You and me, bro. We're two dogs. Oh, shit. I feel like spiritually I'm kind of a dog. I just hang out. People, sometimes I have, a pretty girl pet me. My hair is probably my best quality, like a dog. Anyway, shoot. I think it's funny how, this is like, I'm from Ohio. I see my dad's wearing a winter coat. We're from Ohio. And I'm like, this is not winter. I mean, this is nice out where I'm from. It's, Florida is, such a cool area though. Man, I realized we're in the jungle. This morning I was going on a run and I saw a straight up alligator. You guys ever run into one of those?
Yeah.
Holy shit. And what was crazier to me is that there was a person fishing right next to it, just not at all concerned. I'm like, that's Florida. That's a Florida guy. He probably had a cooler of beer. He was ready to hang out there the whole day, probably. Just him and the gator. That's, you got Old Man in the Sea. The Florida version is fisherman and the gator. Oh, shoot. Yeah. I like Hemingway. That's a cool dude.
Oh, yeah.
He would fight like this. He'd be like, put him up, put him up. I love that kind of dude who refers to fight as fisticuffs. Whatever the hell that means. Those Teddy Roosevelt kind of guys that go, bully! As a positive. Nowadays, we think of bully as a very bad thing. But bully meant dope back then. Teddy Roosevelt was awesome. He was an asthmatic with glasses who was just you know what? I'm sick of being rich and reading books. I'm going to go fight. And he raised a company of horse riders single-handedly that were the most effective regiment of the Spanish-American War. And that's awesome. I don't know. I'm such a nerd. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks that's cool. But I spent many hours reading about that. The only time I can read a book is if it has either a lot of sex in it or a lot of explosions, It's got to be interesting. Or if it's a comic. I can follow a comic. I'm very ADD, though. Sometimes I'll read multiple books at the same time. Or not at the same time, but I'll read a chapter and then switch. You guys ever do that with books? Yeah. I don't know. I get bored. But it's tough sometimes when you get stoned and then you read too much. You're like, wait. Which plot line is this again? You start mixing them up and shit. Who are these people? Oh, shoot. I love that. Man. You guys smoke? Oh yeah, book 'em. I'm a narc. I think 3 people in the back there. Get 'em. Hell yeah, no, yeah, medicinal weed's awesome. I love paying $500 to tell, so one pothead can tell you it's okay for you to do pot. I had my guy smoking weed in my medical card thing. He finished giving me the card and then handed me 2 dab pens, not one. He's like, yeah, one doesn't do the trick anymore. I'm like, all right, man. It's a cool guy to be. You're just in your 40s giving out weed cards, hitting 2 dab pens your whole day. Shit. That's probably me in 20 years now that I think about it. Definitely headed on that trajectory. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I'm gonna get into some impressions, speaking of movies and shit. I like to watch The Apprentice. I think Trump is, whatever you think of him politically, I think he's definitely one of our funniest presidents. Yeah. You can fake being smart, you can't fake being funny. That man is very funny. Have you read about this, folks? There's this anime, this girl, she's got pink hair. She's, I've seen this. You haven't read about this? He loves to say that. He'll always, like, make up shit. He'll pretend that he's read it, and then he'll gaslight people into being like, you've also read this too, right? And then you look dumb if you're like, no, I didn't read that. But you can just make up anything with that formula. No, birds, they're drones. You haven't heard this? I read this. And they're like, no, you didn't read that? Well, then you're not as smart as me, clearly. I'm wearing a Trump tie tonight. No, I'm just kidding. That would be funny. They only sell, actually, Trump, he only sells red ties.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, he would not sell a blue tie. It's a color for losers. I'd never wear something like that. I wouldn't be caught dead in that suit. You look like the Joker. Oh, man. I had a steak earlier. I should have gotten a Trump steak. You guys know he had his own steak brand? Which is like one of his better business ideas, definitely. Yeah, no, we're gonna close in on the cattle industry, definitely. That's something I as a real estate mogul would know a lot about. Oh shit, he's good, man. So like, I think our country is in trouble with him in charge, but it's gonna be really good for comedy. You know, like think about for a minute how good George Bush was for comedy. We had The Daily Show. We had, Will Ferrell doing his thing. He dropped in on the helicopter and did that special. So like, just imagine what another 4 years under Trump is going to be for comedy. It's going to be a lot, Although it's tough though, because what he does is already like so far out there. Plot-wise, it's hard to think of crazier ideas than that, Like, if you're writing a TV show, how do you go further than reality? It's already dystopian. Oh man, the other impression I've been working on lately is Clint Eastwood. I just watched Gran Torino. He's like, he's very much like, what are you looking at? I'm old and I'm pissed off. Whose knees do I have to break for a beer? He's just very angry and mean. I love you, Grandpa. Don't talk to me, loser. He's great. Clint Eastwood is awesome. I'm going to start talking like Clint Eastwood all the time. I think it might help me get more women. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'll pick you up later. Why are you talking like that? Don't worry about it. It's badass. He sounds a lot like my Batman. Batman's basically just Clint Eastwood. Where's Rachel? Rachel, I picked up the blue chew. Don't go to Harvey. By the time you catch up to me, Batman, Harvey will already have hooked up with Rachel. You'll have to make a choice, Batman. You can only be in one place at a time. No, Joker. Harvey, don't do it. Oh, shit. Man, my Joker's not all the way there yet. Speaking of the Joker, I love Jack Nicholson. He's great. He's like, well, the crazier I get, the better my movies are. He's kind of like, what's the deal? He never just says something. Even if he got in line at the Starbucks, he would be like, double cortado. He's really dramatic about everything. Oh, hell yeah. The last one I'll do before I get out of here is Morgan Freeman. I love Morgan Freeman. He's in his 90s. I think he's still dating models. Pretty cool. He's living his best life for all of us. I like to think that he does The Shawshank Redemption. He quotes that, like, when he invites women over. I'm ready to have sex now, said the spider to the fly. Just descends from the ceiling in a web. Oh, shit. You guys have been really great. Have a great night, folks. My name's Jake Englander. Look me up on social media and stuff. Keep it going for our host, Jack, and our next performers.